Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, a place where you can learn about body language, non-verbal communication, and how to read others purely by observing their behaviours and gestures. Today we're going to be talking about the blink rate of the eyes. In particular, we're going to be talking about rapid blink rates, so an acceleration and a high speed of blinking, okay, at least per minute. If you enjoy what you hear, click like, click subscribe. If there's anything in particular you wish to comment during the video, just leave a comment, no problem. And without further ado, let's get into it. So we're talking about an increase in the rate of blinking. We're talking about real time. So as you're talking with someone, as you're observing someone, even if it's just you by yourself, we don't tend to pay so much attention to it because it goes so under wraps in regards to our subconscious that we don't really pay attention to how often we blink. But, you know, it's going to be happening to you as well in real time. So what it is significant, well, basically what it's symbolic of is a high sign of stress, right? So rapid eye blinking is a sign of high stress, yeah? And it is a showcase for being ready for action, okay? As there's been a subconscious detection of a level of stress that requires you or the other individual to take action, essentially. Your eyes are blinking fast to keep them moist and alert, all right? So it's some sort of threat response, yeah, biologically speaking. It's, you know, a result of some degree of mental arousal, stress, and excitement. You know, it all comes to the same root of the individual experiencing a degree of hypersensitive information, I would say. So the normal blink rate is between 6 and 8 times per minute, yeah? But it can increase, you know, up to 5 times as fast whilst under pressure. You'll see this very frequently when watching people do interviews on the news or any form of interview where the person isn't, you know, doesn't have that experience or isn't media trained, or even so, if they're with an unfamiliar interviewer, you will see this high rate of blinking, okay? It will be a sign shown during sexual arousal and attraction, okay? Just for the same reason, just a high degree of stress, the arousal of the brain. And it should be taken somewhat seriously because it's quite a foolproof means of identifying stress with an individual. If you're sitting across a table from someone whom you're not on a date with, you know, they may be a friend of yours or something, and you see them blinking at such an accelerated rate, like just ticking away, it would be worthwhile to see what's going on, given that it isn't so evident already, you know. Can be associated with lying, but it can be somewhat vague, you know. Obviously, it can be associated with lying purely as when an individual lies naturally, given it's such a clash, you know, verbally going against what the mind believes. That is an incredibly, you know, sensitive and stressful situation. That's why catching out liars tends to be a case of identifying discomfort cues and behaviours, all right? So it could be worthwhile paying attention to somebody whom you believe isn't telling you the truth. And that's it. So we've had a little overview of faster blink rate. As I mentioned, if you want to identify this, sometimes you just can't, you know, can't go without notice. If you are watching the news interview and that person is just blinking away at such a high velocity, you think, bloody hell, you know, what's going on there? But it's down to the high degree of brain arousal and the stress upon that individual's shoulders. So hopefully that was interesting. Click like, click subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Goodbye.